The Trump years have made like political commentators out of a lot of celebrities that had not previously talked much about it, but there was always one who didn't want to get political. One of my favorite celebrities, actually, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But now, finally, he's wading into those dark waters and he's endorsing a political candidate. Take a look at a video that he released.
Now, this is something that I've certainly not done in the past, so I'm gonna go big. You guys know me. If I go big. So guys, I had the opportunity to sit down with Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Kamala Harris to talk about a number of important issues that we're facing as a country. I thought it was a great and extremely productive conversation that we had. And as a registered independent for years now with centrist ideologies, I do feel that Vice President Biden and Senator Harris are the best choice to lead our country, and I am endorsing them to become president and vice president of our United States.
I don't know. I think that guy's an actor. He's in pretty good shape though, too.
He's in, anyway, yeah. He works out.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, at least a little bit. He probably does Taekwondo or something. Maybe Peloton. But anyway, yeah, The Rock doesn't endorse candidates. He's rumored. I know you're fairly confident that he is a Republican. He certainly doesn't.
He's a conservative. He's a conservative.
Yeah, but that can mean a couple different things. He's obviously not a Trump conservative, which thank God for that.
God.
But anyway, I used to love him back when I watched wrestling. I've been a big fan of his movies. He hasn't really weighed in on anything political because he is one of the biggest movie stars in the world. And in theory, there is a very big cost to pay if he turns off millions of Americans from potentially going to see his movies. He apparently is willing to pay that cost. And so I am glad that The Rock has decided to do this. It seems weird that in 2016 he was okay with Trump, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, this seems like a good move. Maybe this will get through to some people. Is he sort of like I know everybody's like constantly talking about Joe Rogan and how he's like the everyman and you should court him or whatever. I prefer The Rock about 1 billion times over to him. But anyway, he occupies sort of that segment of society, maybe.
He's the macho guy, like military. He's got a flagpole in front of his house. Like he's that guy. So there are, and you mentioned Trump Republicans being conservative. I don't call them conservative. Trump Republicans are anything but conservative. They're extremists. There are conservative Republicans, but if you're a Trump Republican, you're not a conservative in any way at all. But The Rock, I think, like a lot of celebrities, they sort of were like, I'm not gonna say one way or the other. They worry about their fans. They really kind of wanted to stay in their lane. But I do think that The Rock really is a patriotic American. You see it on his social media, and he's out there 4th of July and Memorial Day and veterans, and he goes and he does the USO stuff. And so this is a big deal for The Rock. I never was like a huge fan of him. I thought he was cool until I met him, John. And let me tell you something about
met him.
Man. Oh yeah. What? This is a beautiful man.
Tell me about it.
He is so charismatic. He is so charming. He is so present and real and authentic. And so for him to come out and do this, in my opinion, is huge. Not just for him as an individual, but for his swaths of fans all over the globe, like you mentioned. And it's also a big deal for him because he is always making sure to not sort of step outside of his lane as a movie star and as this celebrity. But he's a good guy, I've always known his politics were a little right-leaning. He's a conservative guy, a fiscal conservative, if you will, and very pro-military and pro-imperialism, I guess. But here's somewhere, like you said, he didn't mind in 2016. And I'll touch back on also the deterrent stuff and whether Clinton was using the analytics to change stuff too. It's like playing catch up, right? Like maybe Clinton did play dirty later on in the election, but she didn't know that he was going to be coming at her like that with this sort of, unethical attacks. So it's the same thing with these celebrities. You know what I mean? You have them that sort of stayed back, but now it's too bad. It's too much. Your neighbor's house is on fire and you can't sit there and go, well, I'm a libertarian. So, you can't do it anymore. If you have any sort of heart, any sort of character, if you're an ethical person in any way, you have to stand up. One of Jim Gaffigan, the comedian who's like known to be the most benign comedian. This guy's saying the F-word on Twitter now. You know, this is what's happening because people are starting to realize they cannot sit back. And because The Rock does love this country, because he's a self-proclaimed patriot, he feels an obligation to do this. And I'm sure Biden and Kamala were not his first, pick. But when you sit down and you discuss with them and you see that they're reasoning beings who love this country and who do want to have progress and maintain whatever shred of democracy we have left, then you got to go for them. You got to support them and you got to go full blazing saddles, like he said. I like blazing saddles and rockets or whatever. But like he said, he's going to do it full force. You know what I mean? He's got to do it because, if he's not a half-ass kind of guy. He's got a full ass, totally muscular. He's got to go full cheeks.
Oh man. Okay. Well, this will teach me to bring up The Rock. Anyway, I'm glad he did it.
Beautiful.
It's good. If you had, and it would seem to like I know some people are saying that he'll run for president someday. Hypothetically, probably not for the Republican Party now if he's going against their god emperor.
No, he might. I don't think he's a politician. I don't think he'll run for office. I mean, he's a celebrity. He dressed up as that Tinkerbell ballerina thing. Like, I don't know that would work for him as a politician. But God only knows, John. Anybody could run at this point, right? When are you?
That's true. You've left me with a lot of follow-up questions, so I guess I have to do my job as a journalist. I have a show. Rock, come on the show, man. We can talk politics. We can talk wrestling. We can talk whatever you want. We can drink some tequila. You can bring some weights. I'll lift much smaller ones than you, but it'll be a lot of fun. Come on. I loved you back in the WWE, but now we can talk about Biden or whatever. Won't that be fun, Rock? Come on. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.